Welcome to Baird Tech Presents. This is Mr. Rocha, and this is lesson number 1 in our lesson series of building a student website. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the Baird Symbalu page, and you're going to click on the Weebly student login. And when you do that, you will come up to this page. You will enter your username and your password. I have sent each of you a username and a password and a link to this login page, okay? And then you're going to click on login. Now when you do this for the first time, you're going to be greeted with this choose your website domain. I do not want you to choose a website domain yet. That will be in a later step. But in my case here, I'm going to select mine, and I'm going to call mine Baird Tech Bytes. Okay. I'm going to click on continue. You, however, are going to click on this X up here, okay, because you are not choosing a domain just yet. And when you do that, you come to your website. Now, you're going to do this step and then come back for the next step. Welcome to Baird Tech Presents. This is Mr. Rocha, and this is step number 2 of building your student website. Now that you've clicked on that little blue X in step number 1, we are actually going to name our website. And in order to do that, we're going to come over here to the X on the left-hand side, and we're going to click on it. And you'll get this view, okay? And you're going to click on this blue link right here. It says My Site. And it takes you back. Well, that works too. Okay, well, let's name our site then. So I'm going to give my site a name, but I'm not going to call it My Site. Right? I want to give my site a name. And like I said, I've already chosen a name for my site, so I'm going to just, I'm going to use all caps. The name of your website does not have to be the same name as the domain that we will select in a later step. All that, the reason I'm doing this is because that's just my choice. You can do the same thing, but most people don't. All right, so if we want to take a look at our changes, let's see here, and there it is right there, Baird Tech Bytes. Okay, so from this page here, you can create other sites as well. You are allowed to create up to 3 sites, I believe, with this account. Anyway, so when you come here, if you ever get to this page, you can either click on Edit Site or click on the name of your site. Okay, so that's what I want you to do for this step. Name your site, and then so pause the video, name your site, and come back for step number 3. Welcome back to Baird Tech Presents. This is Mr. Rocha, and this is step number 3 of building our student websites. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add pages to our website. And in order to do that, you come up to the top and you click on Pages. And you can see that your first page is already there. So listed, it's called Home Page. You're able to change that name if you want by clicking on it and then giving it a new name. I'm just going to leave it as Home Page. The way we add pages is by clicking on this plus symbol right here. And you have several different types of pages to choose from. We're going to work or focus on these 2 pages, the standard page and the blog page. Okay, so I'm going to click on standard page, and I'm going to name this page Tech, and I'm going to click on Done, and I'm going to add it again. I'm going to add a third page, a third standard page, and I'm going to call this Ag, and click on Done. And I'm going to click on the plus symbol again. I'm going to add a blog page. And I already know the name of my blog, so I'm just going to name it. I call it Baird Tech Baird Tech Bytes blog. Click on Done. And I'm going to select the plus symbol one more time. And I think I want all of us to use a blog page. Initially, I had told the other classes to use a standard page. And I guess it doesn't really matter, but I think the blog page is going to serve us better in terms of our podcasting, but it's going to be a personal choice, okay? So I'm going to let you choose what kind of page to use, but I'm going to do a blog page for this video, and I'm going to call it again, Baird Tech. It wants to autofill it, but I'll let it autofill and type in podcast. And click on Done. Okay. So there is our basic setup. This is step number 3. I would like you to pause the video and then do these steps and then come back for step number 4. Okay? Thanks. Welcome back to Baird Tech Presents. This is Mr. Rocha. And this is step number 4. And in step number 4, this is a little bit of going to be online, offline type of work. What I want you to do is I want you to create a folder on your computer, and I want you to put in that folder pictures, other items that you're going to need for designing your website. That way you can access them quickly and easily while you're building or while you're designing. So essentially what you have is you have a home page, okay? And on the home page is going to be a short little bio about you. You can name it whatever you want to name it, however you want to name it, right? This is the title. So this is where you would put the title of your page, okay? And in order to begin adding elements to your page, you have to make sure you're clicked in Build. You click on Build, okay? And that gives you all of these different elements over here. Now, all of these elements can be added and deleted. You have access to all of them that you see here, and they all do something different, okay? So I want to add a title element, so I click on the title element and I drag it out here. And now I have a title element. If I want to add text, I'm going to bring over a text box and drop it in there. If I want to add images, I can bring them over as well. Now with regards to images, I know a lot of you will just throw in an image and then add another image and so forth and so forth. But I don't want you to do that. You're not in 3rd grade anymore. You're not in 5th grade writing your ethnic eats report, and at the end of your report you have a whole bunch of pictures for people to look at. You're in the 7th grade or the 8th grade. I want you to design this so that it looks nice. Because remember, this is a representation of you, okay? And all of you are anything but sloppy. You're all neat. You're all driven. And I want this to be a representation of you, because this is what people will see when they come to this website. They're going to see you. So let's put the best you that is available out there. So with images, you have 2 different things. You can do an image gallery, or you can do just individual images. So I like the images part, but notice here how I brought in this second image part, and you see the blue line, how it's jumping around there. I can put this image next to each other, so now they're one on top of the other, right? And you're like, oh, well, that's not bad. But you can also put them side by side. And I can put them left to right. Not that it really matters, right? I mean, they're going to still populate like that. But then I can bring another image and I can bring it. And as you'll notice, it's putting a separation between the images. And it's going to look very nice once I populate this with images. Now this happens to be just a generic picture formation. You can choose any way to do this that you want. the purpose of me telling you this is what I don't want to see is I don't want to see a page that's 27 miles long with one image, one image, one image, one image, okay? So you can also add a text box. So I will put a text box here. Actually, I think I'm putting the text box right below this image. There it is right there. And you can see it right there. And you don't have to add a text box. Maybe this is pictures of you at the beach, and pretty self-explanatory. But if you chose to put a caption, then you could. And that's how you would put the captions below your pictures. Or maybe you need to explain something. Maybe you're showing me the steps of how to do something and you are using images in order to do that. So that's how you use just the plain images. If you grab an image gallery, what it does is it looks like here and it says upload images. Notice how this says upload image, where this lets you upload multiple images, and then those images will populate along this window here inside of this box. Okay, so this home page is all about you, and you're going to share whatever you feel comfortable sharing. You're going to make sure that you get this approved by your parents first. Okay, so you're gonna build it, and then I want you to bring them here to this page and say, Mom and Dad, it's not live yet. This is not on the internet for the entire world to see, but it will be once I get your approval. What do you think? Do I need to delete something? Do I need to add something? You tell me, because Mom and Dad are the final word on what goes on this page. Okay, so I want you to pause the video, and I want you to do this step first and then come back for the next step. Thank you. Welcome back to Baird Tech Presents. This is Mr. Rocha, and this is step 5 of building our student websites. So in the last video, step number 4, I had you design your home page. And now what you're going to do is we're going to design the next page in our website. I will, in a later video, I will share with you how to remove these stock images if you want. But for right now, you should have created all of this. You should have had Mom and Dad send me an email approving this content along with your website. So I'm going to recap. You should have showed Mom and Dad all of this that you created and gotten their approval, and they should have sent me an email saying, hey, we're good to go. All right. So in step number 5 here, we're going to go to the tech page, and essentially the tech page is going to be where you're going to add information, or you're going to add content regarding technology and what you're learning in tech right now. So, or it could be technology that you are very familiar with. It doesn't have to be what we're only learning in class. So I would expect to see some 3D printing content here. Maybe a little something about web page building, well, that you are learning. If there is another area of technology that you are familiar with, then I think you should add it to this page. Okay. And essentially that's what you're going to do for the tech page. We will be adding to this page. I will give you assignments, and you will add to this page whatever I've asked you to add. Okay, so pause the video and come back for the next step. Welcome to Baird Tech Presents. This is Mr. Rocha, and this is step number 6 in our Building a Website series. In this step, we're going to design our ag page. And the assignment, or the chore, the task, is no different than designing the tech page. What you're going to do is you're going to add assignments, or add items here that you've learned in ag. And I know that you've all learned quite a bit of different things in ag. You have created posters, I believe. You've created things in ag with Mr. Harena. He's given you things to fill out, to learn, regarding fertilizers and bees and other things. And so I would expect to see those items here. Okay, it's not very hard because you've already done the work. I'm not asking you to create new content. I'm simply asking you to put up the content that you have done in class. Okay, so pause this video and design this page and then come back for the next step. Welcome back to Baird Tech Presents. This is Mr. Rocha, and this is step number 7 in building a student website. In this step, what we're going to do is we're going to begin working in our student blog. Now, I have given my blog a name. It's called Baird Tech Bytes Blog. I'd like you to give your blog a name, and it can be something as specific as mine. So my blog, I'm going to attempt to only talk about technology, but maybe you're going to give your blog, a name that represents the randomness of the things that you will be blogging about. I will be giving you assignments to add to your blog. Mr. Herrera will be giving you assignments to add to your blog. Other teachers may very well give you an assignment to add to your blog once they find out that you have a blog. So understand whatever you name your blog is perfectly fine. But if you're going to be like theme specific, let's say you're going to do true crime, right? And then all of a sudden there's a blog about 3D, a blog post about 3D printing. Just, hopefully your readers, your millions of readers will go, oh, that's pretty random in there, right? But the idea is that you will be blogging. You will be expressing your ideas, your feelings, your thoughts. Your parents will have the final say about whatever gets posted on this blog. If they are not comfortable with it, it will not be posted by you or by me. A disclaimer here, I am not going to censor you in terms of what you want to talk about. If you have an opinion about something and I don't agree with your opinion, that is not offensive, okay? Your opinion is your opinion. Having a different opinion or a difference of opinion does not constitute offensive. It simply constitutes the fact that you and I think differently about different things. But again, mom and dad, your parents, are the final say as to what gets posted to your blog. Okay? The assignments that I'm going to give you should not be an issue for mom and dad. The same with Mr. Herrera or with any of the other teachers. We'll be simply having you post classwork, school topics, so that shouldn't be anything controversial. But what I'm talking about is one of you decides to, post something on whatever's the newest controversy out there. I may not agree with you. As long as it's done respectfully and you're not using vulgar and foul language, I don't have a dog in that fight. Okay. But if you're out there advocating for the killing of people, or you get the idea. If you're way out there, I will make sure that your post is not posted. Okay. But again, moms and dads, they are the final say on what you post in terms of the content that you are creating for yourself. They should not have a problem with the content that Mr. Herrera, myself, or any other teacher gives you. All right? All right, so enough said on that. So this is how you post a blog. You come down here to where it says New Post, and you click on it. And then you scroll down here, and you give it a title. So, Technology in 2020. That's my blog title. And then you grab a text element and you put it in there, and you can begin typing. Right? Your text element. Or you can cut and paste from an already created document. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on Save, because we have not created a domain yet. So you're going to click on Save, and when you do that, it puts it right here in your drafts. Okay? So make sure you design the blog page as you see fit. I don't want stock photos on any of the pages. Okay? So you can't get away with saying, oh, well, I like that. No, you're just being lazy. I want you to design something, create something, find something out there. Okay? So go ahead and pause the video and come back for the next step once you have designed your blog page. You don't have to have any posts. You don't have to have any posts yet. I was just showing you how to post or how to create a blog post for the first time, but your only assignment here is to have it designed. Okay? And if excuse me, if you want, you can put information about the author. Again, moms and dads are clearing this information. Okay. All right. So go ahead and pause the video. Come back for the next step. Welcome back to Baird Tech Presents. This is Mr. Rocha, and this is the next step in our series of building a student website. We are going to be talking about designing your podcast page. Okay. And much like your blog page, you're going to design this to represent the topic or subject that you're going to be podcasting about. Okay, and just like the blog post, I'm not going to censor you because you have a difference of opinion. What I will do is I'll make sure that the content is school appropriate, just like on your blog page. It has to be school appropriate. But again, I'm not gonna be offended because you and I have a difference of opinion. All right. So, well, you know how to post a blog. The steps for posting a podcast will be a little bit different. There's one added step. But for right now, all you're doing is designing this podcast page, and you can click here and you can put the same information that you have about the author from the blog post about here, and instead of saying author, you can maybe type in the word podcaster. I don't know, what's a podcaster? Right, you can name it podcaster, or I don't know, host. Yeah, maybe host is a better name. Whatever floats your boat. You want to leave it as author, you can. Right? So you're the hostess with the mostest. I don't know. All right. So you're going to pause this video and do this final step and come back for more steps. Thank you.